morning.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Juice in the Morning. I'm your host, Justin Juice Kelly. We've got Johnny with us this week, and there's the garage door. Hey, Johnny, welcome back this week. How are you doing besides almost losing a finger?
Well, man, I'm just trying to stay positive and keep my mind off of that.
I mean, you mentioned the feeling of like the heartbeat in it. That exact same feeling is the feeling that I got when I got shot by my best friend by accident. Like whenever it was wrapped up in like we were going through the process of like healing or whatever, I could feel every time like my heartbeat, it felt like it was throbbing a little bit.
Yeah, it's like the nerve damage. I can't feel or like move it, but every time my heart beats, I can just feel that.
Yeah.
And it's like, what is going on?
And then if it's like, obviously with your hand, if your hand's hanging down, you feel it more because the blood's down there. But also with us is the beautiful bearded Shane. How are you doing today, man?
So good.
What's up?
I think we've got a pretty jam-packed show. We've got pointless discussions that we're going to be calling here in a little bit from the Magic Squirrel Network. We're going to be talking about some weird stuff, some deep thoughts, the flat earth, and 90s nostalgia. We've got a little bit of actually a segmented show for once.
Yeah.
Normally we just kind of go on a tangent and have a good time.
Like Red Dead Redemption in here lately. Just kind of outlaws.
That shit there, that game is amazing. I spent about another 4 hours on it yesterday and just didn't get really anywhere.
After my hand, I played for like 12 straight hours. Like, I need to murder all these AI so I can stop thinking about my finger.
Well, that's the one negative I have for that game is the fact that I want to be truly evil and like do whatever I want all the time, and the game kind of forces you down a path of like being good. There's always people on the side of the road asking for your help. There's always, you're saving the damsel in distress. You're transporting letters between like lovers, like almost like
gay
Romeo and Juliet. Yeah. And so I'm like, what if I could just actually grab this letter from the person and like shoot her in the face, and then
you can
I guess you could, but then it's just like you can't finish the game.
But you're not truly evil if you know.
I know. But anyways, apparently some people lost their minds because there's a women's suffrage movement in the game where like people are like trying to get rights for women. Mm-hmm. And you go to this like town and there's a woman like yelling and she's got the little sign next to her, but apparently you can like punch her out and like knock her out and then feed her to an alligator.
Oh my God.
And so a guy like but he was a kind of well-known Twitch streamer, like got into some trouble, like deleted his channel because he was getting so much flack for he was showing people what they could do to this woman, like
it's a video
and
game.
then people were like losing their minds. That's what a lot of people are saying. It's like, it's a video game. Like, you should be able to do whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter if he punches her and feeds her to an alligator, or if he helps her win the right to vote or whatever.
I'm just picturing her sitting at a table that says, "Women deserve rights, change my mind."
It is exactly that. No, it is exactly that. But yeah, so, and then the other thing there, the studio is going to get upgraded a little bit. It's we're using this folding table, but Jen's dad should be coming here the weekend of Thanksgiving. I also talked to BJ and AP about doing a show next week with you. So we're gonna have to like get you guys talking because AP has like a wedding on Saturday. So we'll have to figure out a different day for you guys to do that without me. Well, I'm going to be out of town, so I'm going to probably try to call in though, like AP did. I don't know if I'm going to be as drunk as he was when he was on vacation and called into their show.
Hopefully.
Maybe I will. Who knows? But we also are going to be talking to the guys from Pointless Discussions, like I talked about before. So we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to give them a call now so that we can chat with them about No Smoke November. I think we all lasted like a very short amount of time.
I lasted the whole time.
And I think they're also recording this for their podcast as well. So it's like a little bit of podcast inception.
Podception.
Welcome to the podcast, Pointless Discussions. I'm your host, Paul Schwarger, and you're joined here by our guest, our co-host, Mark Randolph. What's up, guys?
How's it going, guys?
Hola, amigo.
Pretty good. Thanks for having us on Juice in the Morning.
Hey, thanks for having us on Pointless Discussions.
No problem. Are you picking this up, Josh, pretty good? Okay.
So
Well,
can you hear everybody real quick? I want to see if you can hear Shane.
I am Shane.
Yeah.
Can you hear Johnny?
I heard Johnny and Shane.
All right, cool.
Can you hear Mark?
Oh yeah, Mark's a little bit quieter, but that's okay. We can still hear him.
Yeah, I keep telling him he should hold the phone because I talk so loud, but yet he keeps letting me hold the phone. So I'm like right up on there screaming into it. So.
All right, so
Couldn't tell.
first thing and foremost, how did No Smoke November go for you guys?
Well, it went pretty terribly. I fell out about 4 or 5 days in. Then Mark fell out, I'd say, within the week. And then Josh fell out when I texted you guys and pretty much said that we failed.
So
It all started with you, man. You were the support beam, and after you fucking, I don't want to say toked it up because that's not the right. I'm not down with the smoking lingo. I'm not good with that. So, but you've screwed it up.
Yeah, so is anybody left over there still on No Smoke, or what's up?
Shane's good.
Yeah, I'm good, dude.
Dude, as soon as you sent us that message, I immediately went to the gas station and bought a pack of cigarettes.
So the first question I wanted to ask you guys, though, since we were, going down pretty early in the month, what was the thing that caused the failure?
Probably with me, it was definitely stress. A lot of shit going on with me right now, so that was probably the main factor with me.
Yeah, mine was taking care of 2 kids and starting a new job.
Oh yeah,
Stress of all number one.
Nothing better than a nice cigarette when you're stressed out a little bit.
Right. And Josh,
sounds
what
like,
about you?
Sounds like we should have picked another month.
Josh says it was stress too, so
You guys are all
That's
stressed
all.
the fuck out.
we're so stressed out over here.
It's because you guys got all those tech guys. That's why you're so stressed.
It's because you live in Ohio.
I know, right?
Shane said it's because you live in Ohio.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You got that's the truth right there. I don't even want to get into that.
So, what other than because we promoted the Jean-Claude or Van Damme at Jean-Claude last week. What else do you guys got going on right now?
Well, we're about 3 episodes away from our 100th episode.
Woo!
So
Congratulations.
That's
You guys got
gonna be-
anything planned
Yeah.
for that?
we were going to wrap up Planet H. We had like a 50 episode long improv narrative going, and we're finally wrapping that up. We're going to do like a clip show of some of our favorite episodes. Nothing as extravagant as your guys' 100th episode.
Hey, I know a bar at 3801 Harrison Avenue in Cheviot, Ohio, 45211 that you guys could have a 100th episode at.
You're right. Yeah, do another live show, but I feel like there's more people in our studio than at the live show. So.
Couldn't be more true.
No, that's awesome. I think that the live show is a very good, I think, educational moment because when we do it again, it's going to have to be planned a little bit more. I think the marketing needs to be a little bit bigger.
Right, I agree.
So
it helps when the venue that you're performing at actually promotes it too. That helps a little bit.
Also, don't drive 2 hours away from where all your friends are and be like, "Let's have a show." Because literally,
Right.
none of our fucking friends were like. Actually, I don't even know if they're friends because they're like, "Nah, I can't be doing that."
can't be wasting my time going to Ohio.
Well, shit, that bar is like 10 minutes away from where I live. I don't know what the hell my friends' excuses were.
Hey man, if you guys have 100 show, you bring that Donald Trump guy and you'll fucking. He was awesome.
Yeah.
We haven't talked to him since then. We tried to get him on another episode.
He's famous now, dude.
Yeah, I guess he's too big for our show.
Who's the Donald Trump guy? I'm curious.
He was a guy that was doing like a Donald Trump impression. It was really fucking funny.
Like it was perfect. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
He was huge.
So what do you guys got for us? Did you have anything that you wanted to know? What do we got going on?
I mean, what's going on with the podcast? You guys have a live episode from the Indianapolis game. You guys got anything else like that planned, or?
Well, Shane is trying to work out a deal with the Smugcast crew, and they're going to record an episode completely without me. So I don't know how I feel about it. I'm kind of worried that they're going to do a really good job, and then they're just going to kick me off my own podcast.
Oh God! Could you imagine co-hosts actually doing a good job?
It's not possible.
No,
We just don't have it in us.
I'm already expecting them to make fun of the fact that they have all of the talent in the room.
Look, if I had Mark try to do an episode of Pointless Discussions without me, I guarantee you he probably couldn't get through the opening tagline.
Probably not.
Because we've tried it before, and he couldn't get through the opening tagline.
One of the things we're going to talk about in these the following segments have to do with one of our posts like getting a lot of traction. It's the Flat Earth post. It's going kind of viral. Like we have over like 270 shares of the news article that Johnny just I think randomly shared.
I was pooping and I was like, oh, this is fascinating.
And I wanted to get your guys' take on the Flat Earth.
I didn't see this. What's this on? Facebook?
Yeah, it's on the Juice in the Morning Facebook page.
Almost 300 total shares.
Yeah, I'm surprised we missed anything on Flat Earth.
No, we're usually on that.
Mark, what's your opinion on Flat Earth?
Dude, they want to make it a reality show.
You're usually on Flat Earth.
Right. All I'm saying is Amelia Earhart.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
That's my argument every single time.
Yeah, where's she at?
Yeah, where'd she go? She fell off the face of the earth.
She gone.
But yeah, so
She's probably locked in a government prison cell because she flew so far that she found the edge and they had to keep her quiet.
She's also probably dead from old age.
Yeah, she
You never take that from old age, Mark.
She's 120.
Low oxygen tank.
Oh, we were talking earlier on the episode about how oxygen is the thing that kills you. And it's the thing that you need to live because it's what ages you is oxygen.
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
that's
And
so weird. We've got something else coming up that's going to talk a lot
So we're
about
doing
that.
a deep thought today, and it actually has to do with aging and living on Earth.
Yeah, that's because we're stuck in a podcast inception right now.
I've also talked about before on the podcast that I think there is a very there's a collective subconscious where we all kind of like think the same things, and that's sometimes why I think when you're dreaming, everything's completely foreign to you, and it's like you're basically dreaming somebody else's dream.
What about things that already happened already? Like I told you that joke and you didn't like it the first time. So, it's like
I believe that's called deja vu.
we're in the Matrix.
No, I think flat Earth is a bunch of bullshit. There's no way the Earth is flat.
No.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Science, bitch.
I'll-
It's for real.
Well, the article that we posted basically said there are people out there that want to make a reality show out of it, kind of like Finding Bigfoot, where they send people out and they're like, these people believe that the Earth is flat, so we're going to send them out to find the edge.
Oh, dude, Bigfoot is huge in Ohio right now. Apparently, there's been mass Bigfoot sightings lately,
Chupacabra.
and they found a baby chupacabra somewhere in Ohio.
You know what I think? I think they should just take a big group of people that think the Earth are flat, and then make them like a NASA team, and then be like, "All right, motherfuckers, go find how flat the Earth is. Go ahead."
Well, that one guy tried to do that in like California,
Yeah.
Texas, or something like that. And like every time he's gone to launch, it's like stale. Something's happened, and he's kept everybody's money. So I think it's a big old fucking.
I do remember that guy. We talked about him on the podcast when CT was here, and
He shot a rocket up into
yeah, and he only got like 150 yards or something in the air, or like, and then the second time he tried it, like it didn't work. I don't know, but what do you expect from building fucking spaceships in your garage or wherever the fuck he was?
Yeah, he's
Right.
not Elon Musk.
Yeah, I mean, Elon Musk would know, wouldn't he? Didn't he like shoot a car up in space and
Yeah.
shit like that? Like I mean,
Car to Mars.
I feel like if Elon Musk came out and said the Earth is flat, I've seen it. I think I would believe it then.
There's a
Oh,
bunch.
yeah, that-
There's a bunch of videos of that like say that was fake because you can see where like the background flashes to like it looks like it's in a room or something. I don't know. There's a bunch of people trying to say that was fake too. So
I always wonder if he listened to Foghat as he was launching that. Slow ride.
Yes, that's playing in the car as it's
It has to
flying
be,
through
right?
space.
It's only right.
fog hat.
But well, thanks for joining us, guys. I hope you guys have a great podcast. I can't wait to listen to it. It's at Pointless Discussions, anywhere you get your podcasts, and then also you guys are on the Magic Scroll Network. What else is on there?
Well, you guys are on there.
Oh, I know.
Cannibal Wine Tasting Hours on there. Diabolical Index. Heckles and Horrors. And Monakai. We've got a video game streamer called Asha Lee Zombie.
I've been watching her a lot, actually. I think that she's improving her setup too. She just got a green screen.
Yeah, she did. And which is awesome because she said we could use that for the network in case we need to use it for anything. So
That's pretty sweet. Yeah.
Well, no homo, but we miss you guys.
I know, it's been a while. We're going to have to figure something out here. Pointless Discussion's actually taken like a 2-month hiatus after our 100th episode.
Okay.
And we're going to be working on a documentary for our ghost hunting group, Queen City Paranormal Investigators.
You're not going
'Cause
to
we got
Africa like Dave Chappelle, are you?
No.
Okay.
We're just we're gonna work on this documentary and put together some. We've got some crazy footage and shit from ghost hunting that we've done. So we're gonna make like a little documentary about that, and then we should be back. And I'm working on a movie right now. Hopefully in the next year or two, that's out and about.
That's awesome.
I want to be a part of it.
Yeah, can we be in it?
Come on.
Oh, for sure. Everybody in the Magic Squirrel Network's definitely gonna.
If
be
you
in it
got
if they
if you
can
got a
make that.
part where I get to dress like a woman. sign me
There
up.
is. Yeah, there is. So
Okay,
we can
cool.
totally make that work.
Speaking of which, we talked about the bet between us for No Smoke November, and you guys told me that you would recreate any music video, and my submission is "Toxic" by Britney Spears.
I kind of want to be a part of the video. I'm not gonna lie.
All right. Well, all right. We got 30 days to recreate this. So
No,
we're gonna play. It'll be up on Magic Scroll Network. Is that it, or do you guys have another one?
I don't know.
He didn't
I don't know.
confirm, so-
Yeah, he didn't ask us.
No, that was just my submission.
My milkshake
Oh,
brings
okay.
all the boys to the yard would be good.
Keyless. Is that that's the artist?
Oh, I don't know. I think it'd be funny to do something that would be kind of not necessarily so like sexual and girly, but do something that would be really like hard for them to do.
Yeah, like creative.
Like
would be
Bohemian
the shit.
Rhapsody or some shit like
Oh, yeah.
that, or like something like that would just be kind of difficult to do. Like
Or even
Dude,
recreating
this
like
is-
the Wayne's World.
Dude, hold on. Time out. This is totally podcast inception because Mark was like, I bet you they're going to choose Bohemian Rhapsody and make us do that music video before you guys called us.
Oh,
Like, that was
dude.
crazy.
It's that shared hive mind. I'm telling you.
yeah.
But
Well, we need a video. Come on, guys.
Well,
You gotta give us something.
here's actually what we're gonna do. We're gonna post a poll on.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
And then we'll do 2 songs and we'll figure it out, and then we'll put the poll on the Facebook and have people decide, and then that'll be your answer.
Okay. How long you gonna have the poll running for?
Give us 2 days.
Yeah.
yeah, 2 or 3 days.
Look for about Tuesday.
Okay. Tuesday. All right, that's cool. So if you're listening to this episode, head over to the Juice in the Morning Facebook page or Twitter at Juice in the AM
Yep.
and fill out that poll on what music video you want to see us
Hey,
recreate.
how bad is it that you just had to promote our fucking, like, we just didn't even do it. We were
Well,
like,
they're
yeah.
recording their show too.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, we weren't going to do
Well,
that.
I mean, you guys are guests on our podcast. I mean, it's a nice thing to do. Let you plug your podcast,
Yeah,
right? I mean,
of course. We're just,
And you guys are at PD_discussions, right? Or I'm sorry.
no, that's not it.
that's not it.
Tell me what it is. I forget.
at PD_podcast on Twitter
There
or
you go.
Pointless Discussions Podcast on Facebook.
Nice. Well, thank you for joining us, guys. You guys have a fantastic Sunday, and we'll look forward. I think what we need to do is just schedule a podcast vacation since you guys are so stressed out.
Dude, let's do it.
Oh, we're doing that. I've totally forgot that we're working on that. Well, I don't want to give away. We have a new podcast in the works, and I think we're going to head up to Michigan because Michigan just legalized recreational marijuana. And that's where Cannibal Wine Tasting, that's where they record from. So we might just have to head up that way.
You guys would vacation in the shittier Ohio.
Hey, who
Michigan's
knows? Now that marijuana is legal up there, it might actually get better since they've got all that tax money.
Yeah, have fun drinking that fucking water.
What is it,
Oh,
Labatt's?
no, we're not going to Flint.
Oh,
If they
okay.
live in Flint, we're not going.
I thought
But think of how cheap the hotels would be.
I thought you were gonna be.
They're falling apart because they're abandoned buildings and we don't have to pay anything.
I thought you were just gonna be like, yeah, we're doing a vacation in Southern Ohio. I was like, whoa, watch out.
We're going to Kings Island, man.
Yeah, Six Flags.
You guys don't deserve that. They're coming at you hard about Ohio.
We just
Ohio is the flat Earth of America. That's all it is. It's just
we
flat.
know Indiana sucks. We're just trying to disguise our shitty state to make your guys look shitty. All right,
well,
boys.
It was good talking to you guys, and we'll definitely have to get together and do something here real soon.
Sounds good.
Have a good day. Bye, guys.
Peace out.
Yeah.
All right. I love talking to those guys.
Yeah.
They're awesome. I feel like there was a delay. There had to have been some sort of delay in our phone, or they're thinking about what they're going to say back, which is completely different than me, where I just say the first thing I think
Yeah,
of when somebody says something.
You have a question, Johnny?
Oh, I was first off, well played, but I was getting ready to hit on that. Like, hey, I don't have a question. I'm just kind of keeping the blood flow.
For those of you who can't see, Johnny's hand is hurt, so he's raising it in the air.
Well
telling
played.
you, man.
Well played.
It really does just look like
And,
you're raising your hand. I'm like,
well, I did this, and Juice looked at me, and I was like, I don't have a question.
it's like
But I don't wanna interrupt.
you've been around long enough. You don't have to raise your hand anymore.
I just love it. Sometimes, Shane, you come in and you make me laugh my ass off. What's up, though? Were you going to say something?
No, I'm fuck you both.
I swear it was not a joke. I promise.
No, like my shit hurts, so
Okay,
I'm just trying
I got
to keep
you.
the blood flow.
I got you. I'm sorry. So,
All right.
love talking to them. I think, like I said, we need to do a vacation with those guys because they are a little stressed out if they're losing No Smoke November due to stress. But the one thing that I wanted to get into is the fact that Shane and I and Johnny all kind of have a little group text going, and I kind of sent out to everybody. Do you guys have any ideas for some segments that we could do so we can have a little bit more segmented of a show? And I think one of the first things we came up with was, is it weird or not? So I'm going to go ahead and play the music, and then we're going to explain what that is.
I love this
We're
stuff.
sailing in a strange
Not that one.
heading for a strange shore.
When you're strange, faces come out of the rain.
Is it the Doors?
When you're strange,
Yeah.
All right, so the weird or not segment is I'm gonna I think weekly one of us is gonna post on Facebook, the Juice in the Morning Facebook page, and it's gonna be a poll of like something that we do, and we're gonna ask if you guys think it's weird or not. So, and then we're gonna discuss it on the podcast. So this week's my first thought after talking with Shane was that I think thoughts on biting fingernails, because Shane is kind of a germaphobe, and I would almost 100% assume that you don't chew your fingernails.
No, I don't.
So there you go. So I was right about that. I chew my fingernails, and what I wanted to kind of go first off and just say this, like, first thing was I only chew my fingernails when they're too long. It's like kind of my way of grooming instead of using fingernail clippers. I don't know why, but I've developed that since I was a little kid.
Are you also an orangutan?
I guess.
Some kind of Reese's monkey or what are those things?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Rhesus? I don't know.
Rhesus. Cat in the Hat.
But
Bluefish, redfish.
Obtuse, obtuse.
but I know that I know it's not like, because when you Google it, it is like a nervous habit for a lot of people. Like if they're like, sitting there thinking about something, they'll be chewing on their fingernails. Mine literally is only when I look at my fingernails and are they too long, and then I'll chew them. And that's it. That's the only time I chew my fingernails. And I also prefer to do it when I'm right out of the shower
They're soft.
and they're like, I feel like they're down farther, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah, gross.
there's more to chew. So that's
You
what
really
I
wanna
do.
Get up in there.
That's what I do.
That's strange.
I like to keep them at a specific length all the time.
So I've always noticed that my fingernails are really thick. I don't know if that's a thing, but
Yeah, mine are too.
I'm not able to really
Got
chew.
a lot of keratin in there.
Not really able to chew them off, I don't think. So I just cut mine like
Oh, you could definitely
like
chew
a
'em.
fucking normal person.
So I wanted to real quick just say the results.
Do you chew yours?
Dude, if I'm going to take 10 minutes to find fingernail clippers, I've already got 4 of my fingers chewed while I'm looking for them.
This is like a cartoon where you're like,
He's got one less to chew.
It's true.
God. All right, that's so good.
I kept hearing about the finger in the butt thing, and I didn't think they were going to quench so hard.
So with the poll results were there was 38 votes and 58% said no, and then 42% said yes.
Damn, that's pretty fucking close.
So I feel like that's almost half and half. I want to read
Except
you.
it's not.
It's almost half and half. It's 8% from half.
I don't know how you just. Yeah, that's half.
Gary. So I wanted to read some of the comments. Gary Russell
Gary.
Jr.
Love
Sometimes
that man.
I even use the points of my teeth to clean underneath my nails. So I want to get your.
Dude.
How do you feel about that, Shane?
Well, first of all, Gary just added me on Instagram. I'll be deleting that right after this. No, yeah, that's sick. That's pretty gross. You're just eating.
All the gunk and disgusting
Yeah,
stuff.
so
I don't think that's okay, and I'm pretty liberal when it
Yeah.
comes to being gross.
Yeah, I mean, think about the things that are underneath your fingernails.
Ugh. I mean, that's why I like to do it right after the shower, because I feel like my fingernails are as clean as they possibly could
Yeah.
be.
I like the idea of those scrub things that you can get this stuff under your fingernails.
I used to like those because I'd also scrub the skin off the top of my
But the
fingers.
sight of someone else's makes me gag. Like if I go into a bathroom and there's one of those, I'm like, I gotta get out of here immediately.
Jeez.
Just imagine what's on that thing.
A lot of gross stuff.
Yeah.
So then Jesse Riddle just posted a picture, and he says he knows a thing or two about it because he has very short fingernails. I think he chews his fingernails pretty consistently.
That's why I didn't vote for him.
That's coming at him.
I'm just kidding. I'm obviously kidding.
No, I know. Mark Foltz, also another frequenter of the Facebook page, said fucking gross and annoying.
Okay, I need to tell a story about Mark and his fingernails. I remember one time he came over to my dad's house and he cut his fingernails and then he just left them in the sink around the part where
drain?
yeah, and they were just chilling
Just in
around
there. He didn't try to flush them down.
I think he may have tried and they didn't go down
They're
or
just
something.
sticking.
But I remember one time that he was just cut them and then just left them right there, and I was like, "That's kind of strange."
But he said fucking gross and annoying. My cousin used to chew her toenails. Probably still does. I don't know. And then he put grow up.
Yeah.
Have you ever known somebody to chew their toenails? That I've never heard of.
If I did, I don't know them anymore.
they're called fucking animals.
Yeah, they belong in a zoo.
I've seen my dog do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Toenails, I'm trying to think of I don't even think I
Dog
could flex. I don't have the flexibility to even get my foot up to my mouth.
Yeah, I had a weird thing when I was a kid where my grandma would tell me to suck on my toe, like kidding, like just
Whoa.
suck, and,
Okay, I
and I
gotcha.
could do it, and then like, but when I was a kid, it wasn't a germaphobe. I just didn't,
Right.
like, so nothing really.
Yours developed after years of
Your grandma
years
just
of
like, hey, Shane,
abuse.
suck on your toe.
She's like, I
And
bet
you'd
you
be
can't
"Gotcha,
suck on your
Grandma."
toe, and I'm like, yeah, I can.
I bet you I can.
I'm not saying I had a normal childhood. Okay?
I mean, we've already covered this a couple times.
Like, I've had a lot of scarred. I'm scarred deeply.
and then Johnny
Apologize.
posted he has no qualms admitting he does. So he also chews on his fingernails.
Does everything you write have to be a poem?
I like it.
I know, but it's so like the other day when the smoking thing, he was like, I'll eat what you're cooking, or what did it say?
I don't even know.
What did it say? Like, I'll bite what you're, I don't know, but it can't be like, yeah, I'll play. I'll do it. It's got to be like this.
I'll buy what you're selling.
Yeah, that's what
Oh,
it might
there
have
it is.
been. But,
There it
I mean,
is.
that's a pretty normal thing to say.
Yeah,
but
so what
I
do you
know.
got?
No, I'm just saying, but it can't ever, like, I'm just like, yeah, I'll play this game. But you're like,
Well, we need
no,
to
I think
definitely
differently.
we definitely
that's
need to
no.
come
That,
up
I just
with-
I was just curious of what goes on in that head of yours over
A
there.
lot of weird shit. I just think differently. I don't know.
We definitely need to think of. Shane made a good point. We need to come up with a challenge because the no smoking thing Shane has locked down because he doesn't smoke. So it's pretty easy for him. So
Yeah.
we need to do something where we all either do something or we need to, I think, go out of our comfort zone and do something.
I know one that we would win immediately. Like, just the first person
Don't
to shave
bathe.
ever.
Oh, shave.
I don't know, just-
I'll shave to win. You don't know what I'll do to win. I'll do some
No, I'm
crazy
saying
shit to
first
win.
person to never shave. Like,
Oh,
like-
I'll win that for sure.
I know you won't.
Dude, I would
Yeah, I
definitely.
I will go straight home.
I would definitely lose that.
I know you would.
I had to trim my
Remember-
beard today.
Yeah, your beard was pretty long that one time, but mine was long like a month or two ago.
Yeah, it was.
But
Both of you guys grow relatively good beards. Shane's looks like it's like a lot thicker, like up on the higher up, and that's what drives me nuts about my beard is like around here, around like the chin and like right here, it grows super fast and super long.
Yeah, dude, I'm
but up
blessed.
here,
I'm
up
definitely
here,
blessed.
it stays like the same length all the
Yeah.
time. And that's been beard talk. That's the next segment that we have
some
going
people
on.
might say that my beard was, crafted by, the God said, I'm going to make these molds, and then he set mine aside. And he said, this one, like words like shall and be and shall be different.
We need to have
and-
Johnny write it.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you say it.
I don't have any qualms because I'm eating what you're catching or whatever.
That's the perfect Shane. Like
I'm washing.
that's the perfect Shane brand of trying to
Hey,
say what Johnny
I'm washing what you're dishing. I'm cutting what you're growing.
Next words better be some real Mark Twain shit because they're definitely getting chiseled on your tombstone.
I was thinking more of like the Riddler. Who's afraid of the big black bat? Riddle me this, riddle me that.
I'm pretty sure that was the Joker, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was.
Nope, the Riddler.
When did the Riddler
That was
say
the
that?
Joker.
That was Jim Carrey as the
Oh
Riddler.
yeah. Okay, I got you now.
I disagreed with
That was one of the. That was one of the.
Bring that up.
That
Him
was
and
like.
Jones. What's
That was
guy's name?
actually Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
That was actually surprisingly dark.
Yeah.
That Batman.
Yeah.
It just sucks they got Clooney to play Batman.
Right. I think he would have done a good job
It was-
at a different.
I
at a
like
different
the whole
date.
movie minus the nipples on the suit.
I know.
Nobody will ever get past that.
It's like your nipples don't need to fit into the suit. Like,
So.
no.
You're
just like, I'm gonna go skip right over that.
What I was trying to do is think of the segue to the thing that I was wanting to say because we talked about the flat Earth with the pointless discussion
We
guys.
need like a rap song. You know how they just like yell like no, like we just be segue, like in like
All right.
a rap song
I
type
got
thing,
you.
and then
We'll
when
make
you,
it.
and you can just play it, and
We'll
then
make it.
and we don't have to be like. Speaking of this,
in other shows I listen to, they have just like a sound effect that's like,
Yeah.
and then they like play their
Yeah.
next segment or whatever.
We'd have to do it in a Paul Blart voice, though.
what's Paul Bart's voice? You mean Kevin James's voice?
I like Paul Bart. Paul Bart's voice better. What's I want to hear it. Do you do it?
I've never
Here
seen
it
the
is,
show,
here it is,
but I
here it
just
is,
know
here
the
it is.
mock. I've never,
Paul Bart. I
I've
said it
never
wrong.
seen it, but doesn't he write a segue? So it's
Oh,
Now we're
yeah.
making the
kinda,
connection.
where am I? Yeah, exactly.
All right.
I get it now, at least. But you said in his voice, and I'm like, what's his voice?
So we talked about the flat Earth with the pointless discussion guys, and this is what I wanted to play for everybody listening to the podcast because as soon as
so proud of
as
these.
soon as I saw that post. No, this is just a video from YouTube, and it made me like, as I was seeing the post about the reality show and people talking about whether or not the Earth is flat or not, just made me think of this.
All right, kid, here's the deal. At any given time, there are around 1,500 aliens on the planet. Most of them right here in Manhattan. And most of them are decent enough. They're just
Just
trying to
Men in
make a
Black?
Yep.
Cab drivers.
No, not as many as you'd think. Humans, for the most part, don't have a clue. They don't want one or need one either. They're happy. They think they have a good bead on things.
Well, why the big secret? People are smart. They can handle it.
A person is smart.
that Will
People
Smith's
are
voice?
dumb, panicky,
Weird, isn't
dangerous animals, and you know it. 1,500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was the center of the universe. 500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat. And 15 minutes ago, you knew that people were alone on this planet.
Imagine what you'll know tomorrow.
Damn.
So that gave me like chills, because I was like, dude, that's exactly what I was thinking when I thought of the flat Earth thing. Like, obviously that's kind of crazy bullshit. Like, I don't believe that the Earth is flat, but it's the fact that that line just really like sticks with me, because I'm like thinking, what is it in 20 years from now that we hold as fact right now, and then 20 years from now it's completely debunked and
Probably a lot
completely
of things.
different.
Yeah.
It's just wild. It's wild to think about that. And that leads perfectly into my deep thought of the week segment, which I think that's what we're going into right now.
I love Stranger Things. This is the best part for it.
Much
Stuff and
as you
things.
try to bury it, the truth is out there. Greater than your lies, the truth wants to be known. You will know it. It'll come to you as it's come to me.
You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
That is the new segment intro, and I'm very proud of it.
That's actually kick ass. I love it.
So
I really like the end of it more than just,
I just like the song.
it's like somebody came along and was like, put that in.
Shane did put his own stamp on that.
I do want to say something real quick. We took a tour of a composites place, which is boring, but the guy that was giving the tour was like, we were standing in between these two machines, and he did a Men in Black reference, and it just made me think of this. But he was like, new hotness, busted up joint, or whatever he says. And I was like, did you? And I raised my hand. I was like, did you just reference Men in Black? And he goes, you're welcome.
That's awesome. That's really good.
So that made me think of that.
What did he say? New hotness.
Old busted up joint,
ass
or
shit.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah. That's great. That means he has a sense of humor.
Yeah, he's funny. He had tattoos.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know what that means, but I just think, I'm like, this guy's got a good job, and he's got tattoos. It gives me hope.
Yeah. Well, I mean, tattoos are getting very, very accepted in the workplace.
Indiana's like the last place to do, like, I still get shit for
Anything.
having- Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I used
that's
to
true.
when I used to work at Scotty's, I used to get in some straight fucked up conversations with people like, you're gonna have those forever. I'm like, you are kidding me. Like, I would get like real upset, like, and then this other dude's like, is your parents okay with you having all those tattoos? Like, actually, my parents have lots of tattoos, and my dad's not a clown or a psycho murderer or anything. It's crazy. And they would just be like, kind of looking at me like, is this guy fucking kidding? Or,
I love that.
but anyways, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get us
it's
off
okay.
there. Get back into this weird shit.
So deep thought of the week. The deep thought of the week is something either I've had or stumbled across on the internet, and and I think everybody else is going to bring one as well, or we'll just talk about the one that we have collectively. And so the deep thought of the week that I just stumbled across, and surprisingly enough, Shane, I think, picked the exact same one while we were just sitting here. Age is a disease, and we're quarantined, so that's why aliens have not visited Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you feel about that?
They don't want to get the age.
They don't want to get the age. They got like a vaccine against it.
Yeah.
But it's just not strong enough. It's kind of like
if age was a disease, Magic Johnson would have the cure.
Oh, shit. He would have the cure for many diseases.
Yeah.
so like that's so okay. Let's roll back just a second. So there was another thing that I just like watched a video on Facebook or something or Twitter about the there is a it's called like the Great Filter or something like that. So it's basically the theory that any life that has found a way to escape the planet and start researching other planets, so basically it's time. So where we're at right now, it would be worse for us if we found ruins or something like that on another planet, because it would show that the Great Filter actually exists and eliminates whatever life is out there, connecting. I'm trying to think of how to explain it. So basically it's saying that if we go out there and we discover alien life, but it's like little microorganisms or something in water, ice or something on another planet, cool, that's good. But if we find like extinct civilizations or something like
clues
that
from past life.
Yeah,
Are you just like sharing the plot of Prometheus right now?
No,
I'm kidding.
Or every alien movie.
Yeah, but it's one of those things that it kind of sat with me really strongly, because I was like, that could kind of explain why we've never been in contact with any kind of extraterrestrials or anything like that, because there is there's almost like a guiding force. And I know there's like people out there that like a dead man that's atheist and things like that, but I feel like there is some sort of math involved with everything. And if we continue on the path we're going, we're eventually going to destroy the Earth. Do
you think we're stuck in an area of the universe that is susceptible to age, and then there's other places that aren't?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like,
because
what if that's the case?
Wormholes and time and all these things where we could go through a wormhole and go somewhere else where time is slower than it is here, and people live to be a lot older than.
Or
overpopulation would just be brutal.
Or weird things like what Elon Musk is so worried about with AI. Like we create something
futile.
we create something that basically eliminates us, but it becomes its own entity. And what if that's the future of us?
Well, this is a really simple thought, but I've always thought it's really weird that certain animals don't live to be like dogs. They only live to be 12 to 14 years old. That's strange to me. I don't. There could be
what determined their lifespan.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's a scientific answer to why that. Yeah, that is what it is. But there's bugs are weird too, because they could live flies only live for a certain amount of weeks.
It's I think it's 4 to 5 days or something like that.
But crabs
lifespan
can live and forever, can't they?
Well, there's
lobsters or something.
I think that's true. I think there is.
I don't know why I thought it was funny. Crabs can live forever.
Well, when you said
not
that,
talking about the ones on your team.
That's exactly where I was going with that.
Oh man,
beat me to it.
If your sister didn't give me those, I would be so no.
Beat me to
I miss
that.
her, but it's all right.
I miss her.
Beat me to the crabs.
The crabs are not even around anymore.
I've heard that.
Yeah,
because of everybody trimming off their pubes. They
not a ball hair.
They have no place.
Not a ball hair in
They
sight.
have no place to live anymore.
We evicted those bitches. But what else is weird? There are animals turtles. They live for a really long fucking time.
Sharks,
a couple hundred years. Sharks live a long time.
Dude, sharks live for hundreds.
I don't know if it's hundreds, but I also do know that
paleontologist, so
sharks
I know
have
sharks.
extremely strong immune systems. So they've found that they can try to give a shark AIDS or whatever, and it doesn't actually
give him the common cold and see how he does. Has he got the sniffles?
His gills start leaking.
I just see in the water.
Have you ever seen the video where the shark shits on the cage divers?
No, but that's awesome.
That's so funny.
Dude, anytime anything comes out of an animal that's in the water, it's gross.
Right.
Have you ever seen a whale have a baby and
everything comes out?
Yeah,
it's disgusting.
Yeah, and then just.
And there are people trying to give birth underwater still.
I've accidentally drank that water too.
Oh wow,
tons of times,
dude.
The ocean's the grossest thing in the world.
Dude, when I was a kid, I was drinking gallons of salt water.
I don't like going in the ocean because of the fact that it's gross.
I was at the end of the day, I was fucking sunburnt, blind from the salt water, and then just sick to my stomach from drinking straight oil spill and whatever the fuck else.
Whale.
So do you guys have a thought other than the age's disease? Do you guys have a deeper thought?
I don't think it gets any deeper than that, but I mean, I have the one on here that I just found off the internet, but
The one I liked a lot. You're not going to say the golf one, are you?
no. So
That one I like a lot.
we can say that one, but so golf is a game that you basically try to play the least amount of because of
that's how you win.
I said it really bad, but actually, the object of golf is to play the least amount of golf.
Yeah. And that's a good one because if you play golf, you understand that.
Yeah. So the one I picked was not. So these are like mine. I'm gonna admit is just like I just typed in like deep thoughts, and this is what came up. You know, I'm not trying to like.
Well, the same. Yeah, I got mine from Reddit. Shower thoughts.
Yeah, yours is above mine. So basically, Fitbits, like what we wear now, are just like Tamagotchis, except the stupid little creature you have to keep alive is yourself.
That's awesome.
That's really good.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
So, yeah.
I like that a lot. That's awesome.
And there's a lot of weird thoughts in there.
Yeah.
There's like how obsessed we've become with like tracking all of our like vitals and shit.
Yeah.
And like, I don't
Bowel
think.
movements are coming next.
Yeah. Well, there's already an app where you can
They've been
mark all the
putting pig
places
hearts
you
in
shit.
people.
Dick hearts, yeah.
What's that?
They've been putting pig hearts in people. The guy didn't live, but like, you know, we're almost there.
I said dick hearts, by the way.
I was just like, what?
Dick hearts. Little known fact, your heart has a dick.
So where do you think we're going with that though? Like, do you think we are actually going to be extending our life? Because I thought I've read places that people like in our generation are living less amount of time than a previous generation. Is that true, or do you think that that's bullshit?
That's true.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
I think there's way more fucking people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not a fair estimate because there's so many more people, and they're getting rid of diseases like hepatitis C. They've cured.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like a huge fucking deal. Like, and then I mean, I don't think we realize it, but the like amount of things that they've changed with like surgeries and things that they can do to you, like what he's talking about, like hearts being done, you know, that kind of stuff. I think that's a huge, like, they can do way fucking more now than they could like 5 years ago, 10 years ago.
Does it worry you at all, or at least it does me, the fact that I'm going to go, if it goes the way I think it's going to go with like being able to like order your organ off like Amazon, like if your like kidney's going bad, you can just order like an artificial one that's been 3D printed and then you just put it in you. But I'm going to go into debt because I have all of those organs. Then it's going to become the fucking plot of Repo Man, and they're going to just start cutting out my stuff because I can't afford to pay for it.
Damn. That's
weird.
I don't think that's gonna happen though. Like,
but how are you gonna, if you're gonna order them off Amazon, how are you gonna get them into
Credit
your body?
card.
No, into your body.
Then I'm going to pay the credit. I'm going to pay a surgeon to put it in.
Why wouldn't you just go to the surgeon and have him do it, and he'll already have that thing there?
Well, no. I understand.
You're gonna have
that.
it ordered to your house, and then you're gonna bring it to the surgeon.
Maybe, I don't know. There will be one on the side of the road. I'm sure he went to a really good school, or it'll just be an AI robot that does it.
Hello, Justin.
Here's your new liver.
Treat him better. But yeah, like, I don't know. I just think that's. I think there's a lot of weird things that could happen, and I want to see it though. Like that's the other thing.
Erect?
Like
we've been focused on that for like 10 years,
dude.
Let's
Please,
keep all these old people
someone keep old people erect. They're so horny, dude. They're so horny. They're just like, give me like that's not the noise they make.
I think you made that noise before. The noise of
it's so many seconds of them just wishing, praying that their nurse Lawanda will give them what they want.
Lawanda,
yeah, or Christina, whatever you want to say. It doesn't have to be a racial thing.
It could be Barb.
Good save.
Barb.
Yeah, I like that as a.
I like Rhonda a lot.
Rhonda's a good
or
one.
Tammy.
Tammy is a rough one.
It's
I'm not a fan of Tammy.
Tell Tammy to get her ass in here and give me my fucking meds. And then he like passes out, and then she hits him a little. You know, say that to me,
Roger.
Yeah.
This sounds like that sounds a little too close to something that's real.
Yeah.
We've watched the videos.
But yeah, so we've talked about aging and getting older and stuff like that. So I want to get your guys' thoughts on something that is a new segment as well.
So many new segments.
Called the 90s Nostalgia. So Johnny, once again, another podcast Inception thing. Johnny sent me that. He like typed on his phone because he was trying to tell me a message while we were talking so that we didn't interrupt the podcast. And he showed it to me, and it was actually that song, Lil Dicky, 90s.
Yeah.
So it was like kind of funny that he came up with that song, but I'd already added it to that drop.
Wow, so many things.
I know.
But anyways, so the 90s nostalgia, what I want to do...
Bring back the adult Discovery Zone. Please.
The adult Discovery Zone?
Dude, do you remember Discovery Zone?
I love Discovery Zone.
Okay, like bring back an adult version
It
of
was
that.
on
Like,
Washington
Buck Davis?
Street.
Shane would be extremely
It was
grossed
on-
out by it.
Nah,
The ball
You'd
pit?
be surprised, dog.
But if
Ball
you
pit,
made
you'd
it
be
into
okay with?
like...
I told you before that my gross stuff doesn't make any sense. But do you remember it was right next to Toys R Us?
Yes.
It was in that corner.
Yes, sir.
It was
Oh, yeah.
called my dad took me there all the
Loved it.
fucking
Fuck Chuck
time.
E. Cheese, man.
Loved
Discovery
it.
Zone was where it's at. Like if they made
Trying
it
to
to where
climb
there's,
that
like,
little
drinking
pyramid
games
in
and
the middle.
stuff.
My favorite thing was the fucking you hang what's it called?
Oh, yeah, the
Zip line.
gliders.
Yeah.
Oh, being in the ball pit and just throwing
But you know that
rockets
slide
at people.
that slide that was made of wheels?
Yes.
That thing would
that
pinch me
hurt
all the
so
time.
bad.
Yeah, like what
I
the
hated
fuck?
that thing. Whoever thought that was an actually good invention should be murdered.
Yeah,
They're
it's
probably
like-
dead already. But
It's like they can't like you had so much fun, and the last thing is that they can't be like you can't be like I don't want to come here anymore because that slide. But like I'm not gonna lie, every time at the back of my head I was like I gotta deal with that fucking slide at the end of this.
no.
Every birthday party was the shit.
Yeah,
though.
I'm like I tried to go out the other way, and the guy's like, no, you gotta go through. You gotta go through the whole thing. I'm like, oh,
Can I
damn.
just get
They
away
had
from
those
Yeah.
thick ass rubber, like whatever they were supposed to be. You go run it through them like as a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
Break your face.
No, I always was a climb up the slide the opposite way guy back when I was a kid. And can you imagine trying to climb up that slide? I did it a lot.
Special classes for those kids now.
Oh, yeah? Is that what it is?
Yeah. I just am like I watch like so when I take my daughter to the park, I'm like watching all the and like the kids going up the slide the wrong way, and I'm like that kid.
It was more for adventure,
adventure,
for me. It
yeah.
wasn't like I thought this was the way the slide
You were
works.
asking for a kick in the face though.
Well, also, I want to tell this. I've never told this story on the podcast. The closest to death I think I ever was I was a younger boy in the early 90s, and I had a necklace that like somebody bought me or I got like at a fair or something, and I was also, let me tell you what the necklace, like the little pendant on it was.
Oh god, it's gonna be so gay.
It was a yin yang.
Hey, not gonna lie, I asked for
Were
that
you
for
wearing-
Christmas. My mom was like, "You sure you want a yin yang?" And I'm like, "Yep."
Were you wearing Junkos? Like-
No, I never got into the Jinkos.
I'm like, "Mom, I'm a fucking ninja, okay?" Like,
Yep, that's exactly.
Yeah, I was
went as
like,
a ninja
I don't
for
know.
Halloween too.
Like, there's so much deep that actually goes into like what a yin yang really is. But when I was a kid, I was like, this makes me a ninja.
Yep. So I'm climbing up the ladder or climbing up the slide the backwards way, and it was like a latchkey kid type thing where I was at like the YMCA or something like that after school, and so it was me and like maybe 2 or 3 other kids that also had parents that didn't love us, and we were playing outside, but for some reason, like whoever the counselor or whoever was supposed to be watching us, I almost am 100% positive they were not outside with us, because I remember climbing up this slide backwards.
I wonder what the scenario with that is. Maybe he had to take a big shit.
I don't know.
Maybe he
getting
was
some funky time.
But
making out with the janitor.
That's possible.
Yeah.
But I slipped and like fell kind of like off the slide, and you know how those slides had those big giant bolts?
Mm-hmm.
My necklace caught on the bolt.
Shit, you're
You
getting,
about got Final Destination.
I
son.
did. So that's why, like I said, this memory is super clear in my mind. Like, and I was probably like 7 or 8 years old, and I remember
there's so many like things.
falling and it like holding, and I remember like I clear as day remember it, like me hanging, trying to like get out, and I couldn't reach at it or whatever. And I remember like the
Panic,
the
fear.
dark, like darkness on the corners of my vision, like getting closer and closer, and it like everything started to look black and white, and then it was getting closer and closer, and then all of a sudden it, like the string broke and I like fell to the ground. I ran inside, and the like lady was like, "Oh my god!" and like freaked out and called my mom. I had like a real like deep like red like burn thing on my neck, and I just felt like that was the closest I think I've ever been to dying, and it was terrifying.
More of a yang day when it's Ying day. You know what I mean?
110%. It was not a good day. It was not a good day, but thankfully it was a cheap enough necklace that the little leather strap broke.
Yeah, you probably didn't wear that shit anymore, huh?
Nope, I've not worn it. I don't think I wore a necklace again until I was like 19.
I had a lot of retarded necklaces I wore when I was a kid. Like,
did you ever do the puka shell?
Unfortunately,
you look like a puka shell guy.
But I did it I was like breaking ground. I was one of the first, and then people wore them like way after they were cool. Like, there's some people in our high school that were wearing puka necklaces, and I'm like, this guy.
There are people that still do.
I know what. Like, why?
It's a $1 billion a year industry. I don't know. Maybe
so.
not. But you wore a puka shell necklace too, didn't you?
No. I had 7 of them. Yeah, I did.
I bet you.
Like
I bet you had a necklace with a cross on it.
No.
Never?
He was one of those guys. So it
like
was
you
kind of
saw Fast and Furious with Vin Diesel one time, and you were like, "Let me get that cross necklace."
Fuck no.
I
was the pop my collar.
Oh yeah.
Puka shell, and then
I always wanted the
fold your hat bill until it's like fucking.
It's like a duck bill.
Dude, I did. Remember when in high school in Hollister it was like super cool?
Yeah.
Well, I would go buy the. This is so fucking lame. I would buy a polo Hollister shirt that was like green, and then the bird was orange, and then I would wear another polo underneath that was orange.
Two-shirt guy.
Oh my god, so lame. I was Hollistered out, dog. What you got there?
Sorry, somebody's trying to fuck with me on fantasy football. And somebody cannot believe Rodgers broke his left arm in warm-ups. Whatever.
Made your butthole pucker up.
Yeah, I'm getting a little worried. Good thing that we're getting on time on the podcast so that football's not going to be messed up by the time I get done. Anyways, so when we didn't even get to the actual question that I wanted to ask you guys about 90s nostalgia, what is the first video game you remember playing, or just game in general you remember playing as a kid? The first thing you remember.
Super Mario World with my mom. I had really young parents, so like that came out, and then they bought that because they were really young.
So Super Nintendo?
Yeah. I mean, I had like my grandparents. I'm bred from like younger people. They were all like 15 and fucking, so like, they had a lot of younger people. But like my grandpa had like the original Sega and Atari and all that shit. And,
yeah.
But Super Mario World is the first one that I ever remember like playing with my mom, because she would hit me really hard anytime I failed.
Mine was Street Fighter.
Street Fighter?
Yeah.
Did you play that on, do you remember the system?
Super Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had like Sega around the same time with Mortal Kombat.
So the problem is like the reason I wanted to ask like the one that you remember playing, because I know that my grandfather had like an Atari, like, and he had it in his, he owned his own business when we were really, really little. And he had it in like one of his offices, and I don't remember actually playing the game. I just remember that we would play, like, that my cousin would play like Atari. It'd be like this shooting like cannons at each other, and like you had to like turn it at a certain angle to like hit the other cannon.
It wasn't Pong?
No, but they did have that too.
Yeah.
They played that. I don't remember playing it. I just remember people telling me about it, and like that I would go in there and play with them. The first games that I remember playing, like I remember playing and being okay, trying to figure it out and like being good at it, was all of the EA Sports like packages around like 92 to 95 with John Madden. Like football,
Yes.
Madden football, where
Still have those.
they like ran like really weird, and then
Remember Blitz?
yes, and Mark Fultz actually posted that he was playing that at
I did see it.
arcade bar.
The only what's he say?
The only sports ball he fucks with.
Yeah.
So I remember playing that, and then the reason that the other one sticks out is it was an NHL, like EA Sports NHL, like 94.
To the game.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I remember the most fun part of that game was trying to get people to fight in the hockey game, and then you would like press B or A or whatever to punch each other. And I just remember playing those games. Those are the two first games I remember playing is Madden and that NHL game.
Yeah. I mean, I had Sega, Super Nintendo when I was really little, and then I went to Nintendo 64.
Nintendo 64 was
Actually,
so
I might have
good.
went to PlayStation 1, then
Thank you.
Nintendo 64.
I never had a PlayStation.
I skipped to 64.
My parents
went
gave
straight
us-
PlayStation.
Oh wait, I had a PlayStation 2. I'm sorry.
Do you remember when Pizza Hut did the you get a pizza and you also get free demos and music videos disc for your PlayStation 1?
No.
No, that was a real thing. Like, you go to Pizza Hut, get a pizza, they would give you a disc, and it'd have like 2 music videos, and then it would have like demos.
That's
of,
a
like,
pretty cool
Spyro.
idea.
Dude, I remember
It had
demos, though. They
Fuels.
don't even do that anymore. Like,
It had Fuel's Hemorrhage, full-on music video, and Cake. What the fuck? It's their most famous song.
And it was probably like
the jean jacket thing. Yeah,
it was probably super
I
pixelated
want a
too.
girl.
No, it was actual music videos on the
Gets up
PlayStation
early.
1.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And then
now.
it was demos of like
that was
all
the theme
upcoming
song
games.
to Chuck.
Yeah. Do you know the game that was like motorcycles but they hover? That was called like Jet something. Or, Mark knows what I'm talking because I used to play at his house all the time. But it's like these little motorcycles that like hovered.
SS Tricky.
Tricky, yeah. Do with the fro.
That was the like jet ski one though, wasn't it?
No, that was snowboarding.
Snowboarding.
Yeah.
So what was your favorite game?
I'm one of my favorite
Or
games.
I guess maybe you played the most.
Banjo-Kazooie for Nintendo 64.
I was gonna say either Banjo-Kazooie or Grand Theft Auto 3.
Grand
It was
Theft
either
Auto
3 or whichever one. Like
San Andreas.
no,
or Vice City.
Like it might have been Vice City.
The
Like,
Miami
the
one.
Miami one, like the old school.
Dude, that
like-
was really good.
That's
one of my-
PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
PlayStation 2 was like when I played the most sports games I ever played.
Yeah, me
we used
too.
To, we used
I
to
played
play
NCAA,
college football.
College football. And I would make the biggest,
Why'd
baddest
they
dudes like
quit?
7, 8.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why'd they quit? That's
Yeah.
so stupid.
I want them to bring that back, but I don't think there's any way they're going to do it because it's just like too much licensing and money involved that there's never going to be a way they come to an agreement on that.
It was pretty great. I liked that towards the end you can make your own like football helmets and like the
Yep.
emblem on them and everything. I
Yeah.
make the Cougars like a homo.
I would
That was
too.
So
right.
I had a buddy.
Go high school.
I had a buddy that did the same thing, and he like actually took our paper roster and made every player with like their name, their actual height, their actual weight, and so like when you're playing, you see all these like tiny little guys like on the field.
Damn.
Playing against like these college teams, it was like
Yeah, I
it was
would do,
very
like-
intense.
Yeah.
Took him a long time. I think.
I would think so.
I do
yeah.
like our school colors, but I wouldn't go that deep.
I went to the new beat ups the other day, and I saw a bunch of people wearing like Greenfield stuff, and saw that they changed the emblem.
Did they really?
Yeah, it's still a cougar, obviously, but it's just like a different.
Is it cooler or worse?
I think it's like, I mean, obviously I'm biased. Like I think
Back in the day, back in my day.
but I
These
don't,
kids don't know what they're talking about.
I don't think it looks as cool, but that's just me.
But yeah, so with the '90s nostalgia, I wanted like the listeners like throw out stuff that you guys want to know about.
What was your
or what do you
favorite
want to hear about?
How many-
90s TV show?
I see. We've talked about this before, and I never had cable, so '90s TV shows was like The Simpsons, like because I watched a lot of The Simpsons because my family, like my stepdad, forced us to watch whatever it was.
Clown porn?
No, the. Anyways, the news right before.
Yeah.
Like The Simpsons and stuff. I think 60 Minutes was like always
that
like
sounds right.
after football, and then like he would switch to channel 59 after 60 minutes. And so like I used to hate that. Like I used to hate the news. Like I'd just be so bored and like kind of like, I don't know, freaking out. And then all of a sudden like I knew that he would switch it over to like The Simpsons or whatever was the nighttime channel for 59. And that was one of the best times. And it was funny. Like it was really
I would
funny.
have birthday parties and we'd all watch Legends of the Hidden Temple.
That's a good one.
I'm still
on
shitty.
Nick Gas, because they had Gas, which would show the old episodes of like what's that show with the mountain? They had to like it's like back to Mo for the results, and it's like guts, gut. Guts.
I'm still shitty. I never got to be a blue barracuda because I would have
Yeah.
dominated that obstacle course.
I was
Would have
more
dominated it.
I was more purple parakeet. I like the picture. I like the lamest one.
I don't know.
There's the red jaguars and the
Wasn't there
silver
silver
bear-
monkeys?
Silver
What's
monkeys,
the
the green anaconda. That was weird.
You're just
No.
saying animals now. Green lemur and yeah. it
So
was-
you liked Hidden Temple? Like I said, I didn't get to watch that
Slime?
stuff.
Like, what
but
was
when
the
I
slime
did,
one?
like
Double.
Double Dare 2000.
Yes.
Yeah.
I went hard when I got a chance to watch it though.
Yeah.
Just sat and watched all of
I
it.
did actually have one of those TVs up in my room that had like the dials on it and it had bunny ears, and I had to only have like 4 channels.
Yeah,
so I would watch like what you're talking about, like back in the day when Family Guy like first came out. Like that was
Family
a
Guy
long
and
time
South
ago,
Park,
dude.
man.
And what else was on there?
That
Like,
big thing that
do
I
you remember
watched.
that 70s show was on
Yep.
all the time. I watched that, and then they had that for a while. They had that 80s show.
I never saw
was
that.
terrible.
I kind of like that.
Another thing I remember a lot is waking up in the morning watching professional wrestling.
Dude.
And I actually even like VHS recorded them.
I would come home from school and watch Pokemon and
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
And
That was on Saturday morning too.
Disney.
Oh, Digimon too, and I probably.
I watched that.
Okay.
That was an
Let's
after
say
school.
not as-
That was an after school show.
Well, it came on
Pokemon?
Saturdays too.
Yeah.
And the new one came.
Did you
on
guys ever
Saturdays.
watch Gargoyles?
Yep.
Yes,
Hands
dude.
Bring it back,
They need to
dude.
make that a live action movie.
One
And
of
also,
the greatest.
even before that, Street Sharks.
I like Street Sharks.
Vin
Yeah.
Diesel used to do the commercial for that. Did you know that?
No.
He had
oh
like-
yeah.
He did like a Comic-Con type thing where he was like the spokesperson of them. Like that's what that video is from. Is like it was a commercial for them, but like his job was to go around like Comic-Cons and sell them.
My daughter literally plays with the Street Sharks.
I know because you have them at your
That's
house still. I
fucking
love them.
awesome.
No, that was
GI Joes.
That's one that I don't think that there's no way that one holds up. Have you watched it recently? Like I guarantee you Street Sharks doesn't hold
There were
up.
some shows that I fucked with that a lot of people don't remember, like Big Bad Beetleborgs.
See, that was like Power Rangers, but like a different.
Yeah,
thing.
they hung out with these spooky people in a spooky house. Like there was like a Dracula, a
Yep,
mummy,
yep,
and a werewolf.
know
But then they
what
had
you're
like
talking
there was 3 of them, and there was a girl and 2 boys, and they were like turned into like Power Ranger type.
Yeah, dude, that's so
Beatles.
funny that you're bringing that up because now I'm like being transported to that. So I'm hoping that the listeners are getting the same feeling.
Yeah.
Because I remember that and I was like, that's. As a kid, I even had the same personality I do now, and I was like, I don't know if I can keep up with another thing.
Yeah.
So I like just was like, nah, I'm not gonna watch that.
Yeah, me and Mark used to watch like Rocko's Modern Life
Yep.
and fucking.
I never watched
all
that.
day.
Real Monsters.
Ren and Stimpy, Real Monsters.
Yeah, dude.
Never got to see
Are you
those.
afraid of the dark?
Yes.
That I did
Did you
like,
ever
but it
st-
actually did really scare me.
You, and they throw the sand on the fucking fire. And I'm always like, why do they
The
throw
one,
sand
the one that scared me the most, like I think I've already said it before, but the mask when it gets stuck on his face, or was that Goosebumps?
That might have been Goosebumps.
The Mask, the movie, you mean?
No, there's an actual scary one where
I'm like, Jim Carrey?
the kid's putting on he puts on like a scary mask and
Yeah.
then
That's
it like
Goosebumps.
gets stuck to his face.
I do vaguely
That's
remember
Goosebumps.
this. I had to read a lot of these, so because we had to do
Goosebumps.
like.
It was
Yeah,
like-
Elastic book.
Oh yeah,
thing?
but they made you like you had to read a certain amount of pages, and I would always do Goosebumps book.
Yep.
And there's like one where the lizards are like people, and they're in the phone book in the front of the thing.
Yep, I remember that.
And then
one.
there's also I remember the creepy ass intro to Goosebumps the show. It was
Yes.
like on the porch and that fucking briefcase blows open.
Yep.
All the shit comes
Oh,
out
yeah.
of it.
What was the
And-
other one?
And then
Tales
the
of the
dog. There's a lab or no a golden retriever and his eyes go red or whatever.
Did you just make that noise?
Oh.
Who made that? That's good. That scared me a little bit.
I was like,
Ooh.
I can always count on him. I can say like animals, and he'll do the animal. I was like, the golden retriever. Oh,
The little like doll thing freaked me out.
oh yeah.
Tales from the
Fucking
Crypt
hate
was
that.
good too.
Yeah, that's.
I like that.
I
Actually.
I never really
Dude,
watched
I used
it.
to hate when my parents would watch like America's Most Wanted, and it would fucking creep me. Like this murderer is on the loose and no one can find him. Last saw in like Ohio or something, and I'm like, fuck.
That's only a few miles away.
Yeah, I'm like in
I
my
love
head,
it.
I'm like, that's down the street. He's literally at my window right now.
I loved it. It taught me a lot.
I don't know, man. I just think that some of the stuff that scared me the most, like, I mean, obviously we're adults now, but it's still like dolls still get to me. Like I still don't like
Can't
them.
do it. I will punch your child.
I was always more scared of like super rational things like murderers.
Right.
Like I'm like, this guy's gonna climb my window.
And that's
kill my
the,
whole
like
family.
that's the opposite. Like that, I've never thought about that.
That's weird because like I was like full on like I went through this phase where I was like a hypochondriac where I was like super scared of like murder's gonna crawl on my window and stab.
So
us
you're
all.
just more. I think you're more realistic about your fears than
Yeah.
myself.
I
Except
always
I
had a
watched
fear
her-
of like eyes watching me constantly. So like toys and dolls and stuff, like it fucks with me so bad.
Well, another thing is like, have you ever been at your house and it's dark and you're a kid and like there's windows everywhere and you'd always picture in your head like somebody like going in, like looking in the window like the Scream face, you know, Scream. I watched Scream and I couldn't sleep for like, dude, when he cuts her boyfriend's stomach open on the back porch or whatever and all his shit's coming out.
Yeah.
And then, dude, for like a week I would just like walk by a window or I had stairs in my house and I would run up because I thought someone was chasing me up the stairs.
Turn the bathroom light off and run as fast as you can.
I was like a little psycho, dude. Like I was like in my head, like I was like,
too.
"There's Shane, sweet little Shane," but really in my head, I'm like, "I'm gonna die!" Like,
I was the same way.
No, that's funny. No, I never got that.
I was so
Worried
like,
about
dolls
that
aren't
kind of stuff.
dolls can't come alive,
Right.
And but then I was like thinking about real shit.
Dude, I mean, there's multiple. Like, I had this like Grover doll, and like
the trash can guy.
No, that's Oscar the Grouch. Get your shit right. No, but this Grover doll like had like long floppy arms and like floppy feet and like legs, and I just remember like imagining that he was like gonna flop on down like past my room and then look at me, and like just that was terrifying.
I gotta tell you, there's something creepy about like, so my daughter has a room full of toys, right?
Yep.
And every once in a while, out of nowhere, one of them
goes
will
off?
it'll be like, there's this fucking dinosaur she has, and it's like, wow, feed me carrots, like, and it's like fucking weird. It'll be in the middle of the night, I'll just hear in the other room like, wow, feed me carrots, and I'm like, oh fuck.
Okay, so speaking of that, my little brother and sister had a Tickle Me Elmo, and I was like, I was probably like 16 or
He's like
17
all laughing
years
and
old,
giggling and shit.
Yeah, but they stored all their toys. Like, you know how I told you guys I had that bonus room that was like my room, which was pretty cool. But they would store a lot of the toys up there during like, you know, family get-togethers and stuff like that, and then they would just stay up there for months. But what used to freak me out was the battery was like dying on this Tickle Me Elmo, so it'd be like Tickle Me Elmo. And like, I remember being like, I was like 17 years old. I feel like I'm a pretty tough kid. And I was like, I took that thing and I took it all the way downstairs and I put it in their room. I was like, this freaks me out, but I'm going to put it in their room so I don't have to hear that
There's
going
so many
off.
I'm going to murder my brother and sister with this dog's going to come to life.
There's so many occasions where I could have been laying in bed and like the fucking Elmo could have been like, Shane. And I've been like, ah! Like, you know what I mean? And my parents would have been like, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, god damn.
But yeah, that's it's just
Did
funny
you guys
to be
ever have
scared of ridiculous things.
like things from your childhood that you remember that were a certain way in your household, but no one's ever really heard of that phrase?
Yeah.
My stepdad shut the light. He
the
always
light? Did you say shut the light?
That was turn the lights off.
Yeah, but shut the light.
Shut the light. Make sure you shut the light
off.
Mine was like have you ever heard the phrase pallet?
Yep.
Like you make a pallet on the ground.
That's what we used to always do.
You?
That's one of the
okay, so I said that to
That's a Midwest thing, I think.
I said that to some people the other day. Like, what the fuck is a pallet? And I'm like, it's you make a pallet on the ground and you lay there. And it's like a little bed.
Oh yeah, definitely been through that.
And then when my dad would, when people would kiss on, we'd watch Home Improvement. And my dad would go, ooh, like he did the little noise he made. Yeah, or whatever it was. I don't know. I'm bad at it. But they would kiss. My dad would say kissy face. So he'd be like, oh, kissy face. And like, so when I grow up, I would see people kiss. I'm like, kissy face.
They do that too.
Yeah.
Oh no, there'd be titties on the screen. My dad like, don't look away, bitch. Don't be gay.
My parents were both very different. My dad would like cover my eyes, and my mom would be like, Dad, it's what sex is, and it's very natural. This is what people do. You know, very like, what? Yeah, so I'm like watching sex at one house, and the other house is like, cover your eyes. It's very like
very, very confusing.
It's like they didn't get together and say like, this is what we're gonna do.
Like my first girlfriend was very confused when I would like cover my eyes when.
Wow.
If we had video, that would hit a lot harder.
Yeah, I just realized there's.
He was covering his eyes while having
intercourse.
Forgot you can't pantomime while there's no video.
But no, I think that there was shut the light. I had that a lot. I had make it neat, which I know that like that's
was
pretty
he a
common.
military guy?
No, he was an engineer, so I guess that's kind of like got some like OCD tendencies.
So he's
with
real
that.
fucked up in the head.
Yeah,
I was kidding. If you're watching this, sir, I'm sorry.
It was always no. I don't like him. He's I don't know. He was kind of a jerk. He's just not a happy person. But no, like so it would be like like we'd have like a wood pile like for burning like in the backyard. Stack it up, but make it neat. And it's like I never understood what make it neat meant. Like it would almost be like, you know, clean up that garbage, but make it neat.
We're gonna burn it.
And so like I didn't ever understand the make it neat thing. I just didn't get it. But I think that I had shut the light, make it neat. I'm trying to think of what else I had. There was a lot. And I can't remember right now, but there was a ton of stuff. But anyways, what do you got for the 90s? So we went through games. Music wise, what were you listening to when you were a kid?
Oh man, everything. I was fortunate enough to have a father who worked in and around the music business my entire life. So, I mean, as a kid, like, you know how You know those giant entertainment centers, like the massive ones that have, most people like put books and pictures and shit. Like we had that around our TV, but it was literally a collection of CDs and records, just full of it. So I mean, I'd just be a kid.
Does he still have that?
Yeah,
like
he
all
still
the
has
music and everything.
Yeah, quite a bit of it. Like I'd just walk up and grab a record and just be like, oh yeah, that's cool, and listen to that today and figure it out. And just
I based a lot of my music listening to how cool the cover album looked. Like
I did that
the
too.
Cover art of the album.
But then I heard Too Short and my life changed when I was in about 3rd grade. I bust a nut and kill a bitch. And then I hopped on AIM and started telling. Oh my god, I was a king of pimping on AIM. By the way,
What was your guys' AIM name? Screensaver.
Same as
Mr. Boombastic.
Same as what it is now.
You are fucking kidding me. Mr. Boombastic?
I heard the song by Shaggy and I was
You got
trying
me
to think of it.
Was it me?
Yeah.
No, mine's actually lamer. I just gave you so much shit. Mine's El Camino, like the car.
I ended up changing it. Wow, that's pretty lame.
What like prompted that?
So when I was a kid, I was a big collector. That's why my daughter has all my Street Sharks.
I can't believe that you have that. I have nothing. I
also
as
have
a kid.
a whole bunch of Harley Davidson like die-cast things and a whole bunch of model die-cast cars that I still have like in a box out. Like I'm talking about like 50 of them.
That's wild.
And they're die-cast cars, and I was like super into like different. Like I thought like the Dodge Viper was the coolest.
Oh, me too.
Remember when we buy those? We talking about the Scholastic Book Fair. You'd get posters from there, and they were like one of the ones I had was a Plymouth Prowler.
I used to love that.
Yeah.
Still do. If I could own that, I would own that now.
So there's a car called an SS El Camino, which is like the nicer muscle car version of an El Camino. And as much as people hate like that truck version of a car or whatever, I always thought the muscle version of
If they
that,
brought it back, would you want to get it?
fuck yeah, I really would. Dude,
My uncle used to have one there.
I don't know why. I think it's girls that hate them because they think they're creepy.
Right.
But I actually, the muscle car version, the SS, is like super badass. And for whatever, so I thought, the name El Camino was cool. Like,
What's funny about that is mine is the same as what my Instagram, like my personal Instagram was, Juice8547.
That's how it was now.
That's what it was.
Like I had Mr. Boombastic
And
for a little while and changed. changed
I think
to
you
Jedi
should.
Mind Tricks.
I think you should go back.
Go back to Mr. I think you should.
Immediately.
No.
You know who
I was like,
I didn't
12.
even pick my AOL Instant Messenger name. And I didn't even pick Juice8547. My uncle actually picked that for me because they got AOL and created my username. And he was like, well, your nickname's Juice and your football number is 85, but you always wanted 7. So I put Juice8547. I was like,
I always
perfect.
wondered where that
I was like, perfect.
originated.
That's forever. That's always going to be it. And then I was number 7 my senior year of high school. Who you calling?
Dial up, bitch.
Landline phone calls. You guys remember that?
Oh, yeah.
What would AOL do when you like logged in? It was like it like made a sound.
No, that was Windows.
That was really close. No, I don't know. I have no idea. I remember that you've got mail every time.
Yeah.
You remember
Whenever
like
you logged in.
You remember somebody calling you like, call me back after 9 o'clock. I don't have.
Oh, here it is. Oh, sorry. It's like the same. Yeah, it's the same.
What was that noise?
if
Like,
I
what
had
is
dial
that?
up, I don't-
What
yeah.
is it?
If
Like,
I heard that today, I would feel like I'm dying on an operating table somewhere, or aliens are
It
trying
always
to
took
contact
so
me.
long. It's like, what the fuck is
and
happening?
like, what's actually happening
And
right
you
now?
couldn't
Get
be.
off the internet. I gotta use the
Yeah,
phone.
yeah. You had to. You couldn't be on the phone.
Or if somebody picked it up while you were on, it would kick you off.
Yeah.
I used to hate that. I'd be pimping on AIM, and my mom would be like, I gotta fucking call your grandma.
Mine, it was like they would do it on accident. And they'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and they'd be like, "God damn it! Now I'm like kicked off, and then I got to sign."
My
back
mom's
up."
like, "Why did you Google boobies?"
Yeah, same here. Same here. Trish Stratus was a big one I looked up a lot.
Oh, Pam Anderson. I
Tara
looked up.
Reid.
Oh, Tara Reid. Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
man, I think this has been our favorite or our longest segment that we've
It's
talked
fun
about.
to think about all this
It
old
is.
shit. Yeah.
Trish Stratus, though, man, from professional
Oh, my
wrestling, was
God.
so hot. One of the hottest of all time.
I was gonna say Stacy Keibler. Was
Stacy
my
Keibler was
personal
really good,
favorite,
too.
But
Big
did
fan
I-
of Trish Stratus.
For whatever reason, Pam Anderson, dude, she was hot back when I was like,
Yeah, until you saw Tommy Lee give her that hammer.
yeah. Well, also when I was 9, I wasn't watching Tommy Lee give her that hammer.
I was a bad kid.
I just looked at a picture on Google or AOL or like Ask
I always used Yahoo.
Jeeves.
I used Yahoo until I was probably a sophomore in college.
Do you guys remember,
So lame.
like right when we graduated high school, there was Cha-Cha?
Yep.
And you could ask him anything, and we were like
This
so
is so
blown
cool.
away. Yeah. Dude, they fucking messaged me back and answered. What did you guys think it was? It was actually potato.
I
And
missed text from last night.
You could even use your phone to do cha-cha. You
Yeah.
could like text your
Yeah, that's what I'm
question.
saying. That's what I did.
Oh yeah, because they had a website too. But
And they had people just sitting somewhere like
Yeah.
answering fucking
Answering
questions.
and you'd get some like ridiculous answers sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
something
really
that-
high right now. I don't know. So
Or they would answer like, because you would ask them something like real fucked up, and they'd
Yeah.
be like,
Come on now.
"Yeah, come on, guy. Well,
do some cocaine about it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's crazy. I forgot about cha-cha.
Yeah, dude.
Did you guys ever? Because I was at Ball State, and there was I can't remember what it was called now. There was like it was shit. This is terrible. But basically, it was like a message board, and it was about the campus. Like it was like campus. Maybe campus secrets or something like that, but it was like completely anonymous. Like you could post anonymously, and so it actually got taken down because of people posting like ridiculously terrible things about other people, and then people would figure out who it was, and then they would just like they'd just go at people and attack people. But my thing was like I would go to parties a lot, so I would always like hope that somebody would post about either like my party or somebody else's like party that I was at.
Oh, that's cool.
And like, but you knew it was like basically like when people say, you know, they subtweeted somebody, so they said something about somebody but they didn't tag them in the tweet. It was that, but anonymous, so like you never knew. And there was a girl on there that somebody posted like either naked pictures of her or like a video of her doing something ridiculous, and then like literally like 2 months later, it took them 2 months, but 2 months later they shut the site down completely.
They probably had to go through a lot of stuff to get it.
Yeah, I
shut
can't
down.
remember, but
Big
it
Ball
was
State ass slapper.
it was so crazy.
So when I was living in the neighborhood that we lived in, I was all about some MySpace, dog.
I was too.
Dude,
MySpace
I would
was a
spend
good time.
hours.
I thought I was so fucking cool with my Fox racing background.
Dude, I thought I
Never
was
had a dirt bike in my whole fucking life, but I had a Fox racing background.
I thought I was a computer programmer making backgrounds and shit.
And yeah, I know you had to like type a bunch of zero, like
You had to make like a what is it, a link or something?
And
like
I
that
remember
you had to
have
post?
full blown like arguments with people because if I switched them out of my number one spot, they would be like, "What the fuck, dude?
And your
I
girl,
thought we
the
were
girl you were
friends."
dating wanted to be the number one spot every time.
Yeah, but like me and Sebastian had a deal that we were like each other's number one. That's so gay.
That's how James Carey and I were.
It was the top 8, and then I was
top
like
16.
Yeah,
also came
and
through.
then I was like one of those people that I've not one of those people. I'm sure tons of people did this, but I made it so there was only like 3. And I was like, because I didn't want to like piss off other people. So I was like, fuck it. People know who the lady is I'm with and my 2 best friends.
Dude, I got real tired. I was like, you know what? Tom's gonna be my number one.
I did that too.
Because you're like,
I just put my grandma up there.
But yeah, everybody, and that's the other funny thing is like the adults in my life at the time during MySpace thought it was just something that was never gonna like take off. It was never gonna be like social networks on the internet was never gonna be a thing. How wrong were they?
Yeah.
dude, I'm act on so many girls on MySpace.
Also, think about how off, how not cool we're gonna be in 20 years.
I'm already not cool. I go to school every day with a bunch of 18-year-olds, and they say things I don't understand. Like, he's like, dude, I slap at Fortnite, which means he's really good at Fortnite. And I'm like, oh.
Okay, speaking of that, the PTO Unlimited podcast every now and then does a segment called like slang, like current, like millennial slang or something like that. What do you think?
Well, see, now
what do you
it's
think
generation.
washed means?
What do you think? What?
Washed. That's like a new millennial slang.
Use can
it's just
use
washed.
Use it in a phrase, please.
Nope. You got to think about what it is.
Use it in a phrase.
Yes.
Like really.
Well, I mean,
like
I washed my laundry.
Like I drank too much, or I'm like faded, kind of like on drugs.
Just keep, go ahead and guess. Johnny.
Use it in a sentence.
I'm not going to use it in a sentence because then that gives the context.
Okay,
and
here,
that
I'm going to
ruins
use it in the way I think you would use it in a sentence. I'm going to go,
Here we go.
dude, fuck, I'm so washed right now.
Hey, actually, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like drunk, or it means
or like you're playing cornhole and you score the same amount of points.
Or like
it's a wash.
you put dishes in the dishwasher and then turn it on and they got washed.
So
what if it was that? I would just be so mad that
washed from Urban Dictionary. You used to be the shit. Now you ain't shit. Mac Hammer is mad washed now.
It's peaked.
Washed. What one feels that, and then there's other definitions. So it can't it may not be completely accurate. But the one that I'm hearing the most is you peaked and now you're not cool anymore.
Type in slap.
Hold on one second. And then the one that you said actually is the second top definition. What one feels the day after getting completely stoned. One feels tired, lazy, and even the slightest movement requires immense effort due to the amount of tiredness. Some feel
washed.
recurrences of their high when they're washed. Dude, I can't go to her house. I'm way too washed.
Oh, so I used it wrong.
So, I mean, there's two different definitions. The one I've heard was the one that you peaked and now you're not cool anymore.
Yeah.
And then where you said slap.
Dude, there's this guy in my class.
That was that's old though.
And after everything,
because
he says
E40 used to say that.
After everything, he says, "Hell no." But he says it, I'm just like, but after everything, he says, "Hell no."
Good as fuck is the definition from Urban Dictionary. This Chipotle slaps.
Yeah. Dude, I'm slap it Fortnite, dog.
Dude, there's no way that I can keep up with slang. I couldn't even keep up with slang when I was a kid, so let alone now.
Just a few months ago, I thought I was like up with it, like I'm cool still, and then I had to hear all these 18-year-old kids talk, and I'm just like, I am old.
We're way off.
What a bunch of losers.
But I've been talking so much shit longer than they have, so it's like
you can keep up.
I like to bring them down a notch every once in a while. They'll say some stuff, and I'll bring out some of your mom jokes or something.
What do you say?
Like I said, I might have, like this one kid was like, dude, like for the first couple weeks of school, I was wearing.
Is it like working with like 17 Zoomies kids?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, they're not all like that, but they're very like, you got your like, bro, dude, like that, and then you got your like, all they care about is like drinking and having friends over, and like they're just. I mean,
I miss that though. Like I was sitting at home
for sure, but
a Friday night this week, and I was like, God,
just
man,
the way they talk
cool,
about
dude.
it is really annoying. But I just like they don't really know that much about your mom jokes because that's kind of a lost art. You know?
That's an old thing.
And I've just been kind of bringing it back. So like this kid was like, dude, you were wearing a hat for like the first couple of weeks. Where it's like, yeah, bro, I left it on your mom's nightstand, like stuff like that. You know.
Well, in their defense, they all grew up with single mothers.
Yeah.
We didn't.
Or this kid was like, why are you wearing those boots? It's not even raining. I was wearing like duck boots, and I was like, oh, your mom likes the way they look on me, like stuff like that.
You're just bringing them down.
I just am savage.
I like it.
Yeah, I'll just go for the throat.
All right, so we've kind of reached our time. What do you guys got going on the rest of the day?
Chilling.
I'm
gonna go eat a bunch of food
I'm
and
gonna
try
go
to
slap on some Fortnite, bro.
I'm gonna go get washed so I can stop thinking about how badly this hurts.
I'm gonna go get washed, but I'm gonna take a bath.
I'm glad that you powered through with your injury. It's impressive to see.
Does anyone take baths?
Nope. Well, if I'm feeling really stressed out, I'll take a bath.
Maybe like twice a year.
I take a lot of baths.
That
probably doesn't surprise you guys at all, but I take a lot of baths.
That does kind of surprise me
At
because
this
of your once again your inconsistencies with your germs.
Germs. Like I did hear
Do you
that
shower first and then do the bath?
there's a whole fucking process. No,
Do we have enough time?
That would be counterproductive.
That's true.
You take a bath, then you drain a little bit of the water out, then you turn the shower on, and then you rinse off. Because you don't want all that dirt that you just slayed in to get,
Yeah, I got you.
So I really do that. Yeah.
One of the things that I did when we were on our honeymoon is we were really drunk, and I made a bath for myself and then let all the water drain out. And I told Jen, I'm not getting out of the bath until I'm completely dry.
Oh, wow.
So I literally sat drinking more in the bathtub until my skin dried from air drying instead of wiping off with a towel.
You were straight washed, bro.
Oh yeah. That was a good one. But yeah, so
Double entendre there,
I think
too.
next weekend you're going to try to do a podcast without me.
Okay.
Thanks, Ezra.
So
you say that's what I'm doing.
I mean, you said you wanted to do it. If you don't want to do it, I'm going to have to come up with some plans.
I got to figure. Oh no, I meant you're talking about are they coming here?
Well, I don't know. That's what we got to figure out.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, obviously,
we got some logistical planning going on.
Well, if he's got to go to a wedding, then
on Saturday.
So Well, what about Sunday? They have to record their own show, right?
I bet.
I'm down.
You could probably. I mean, BJ was like ready.
Are you talking about doing it here or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I was gonna give you a key.
Okay, so just do that, and then I'll either
Party
have
at Juice's house Saturday night.
I'll either have BJ and I Saturday night, or I'll have the whole gang on Sunday.
There you go. Perfect.
You should have said me and
I'm gonna call and talk to you guys for like maybe 10 minutes.
Okay.
So you guys can
Make sure you're
talk
super hammered.
You can talk all the shit that you want to talk.
I'm not gonna talk any shit. Maybe just a little.
Just a little. And then I don't have anything else going on, so we're just gonna keep doing the podcast. We've got some guests. I talked to Mark, and I want to have Mark and Jesse come on so we can talk video games, like current video games.
Okay.
So that's gonna be a good one that's coming up here in the next couple weeks.
Okay.
I've got some guests that are ready to come on too.
As well. Yes. We've talked about that. So until next time, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
I hope you enjoyed the podcast.
And hopefully the juice is worth the squeeze.
Boom.
Squeeze it.
Juice in the morning. Juice in the morning. Juice in the morning.